This is a two-part video. If you haven't seen the other parts, please see below link. Thank you. Welcome to my channel, Mary.
Thank you. You have the choice to stay or to go back. And I said, oh, I'll go back. And Jesus pulled me in close and he said, you don't understand. There is great suffering if you go back. I said, when God said, I said, am I dead? And I hear God say, no, keep walking. Okay. So I kept walking and all I could see was nature, beauty, all understanding. And in that instant, on the third time he asked me, my body flew through the galaxy and through every star, every planet. And I slammed into my body that was just about as dead as you can get. But I have profound connections with people who have died. My parents, my brother. I've got a niece who died. I have the most profound relationships with them now. They're with me all of the time.
Wow.
All of the time.
So, Mary, you can feel them then? The one.
Absolutely. And see them.
Is that since you came back? So is that like an ability or a gift that you can see?
I think so. I think that I've always been intuitive, but I think it just kicked that intuition up about 150%.
Wow. I heard that a lot, huh?
Everything was simple. And I knew everything. I knew that there's angels. I knew that there were people that I didn't see. This experience was solely for me. And nobody else was involved. That's gone before me anyway. My parents weren't there, but I know they were somewhere in heaven. It wasn't in front of me. I didn't experience angels, but I knew I could hear. I could hear choirs of angels. So I knew, but I didn't see them.
But their presence, you could also feel the angels everywhere.
I still feel their presence.
Oh, that's nice, Mary.
Oh, it's so great.
Until now?
Oh yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
You are blessed, Mary. You see, you can feel that.
Oh boy, am I blessed. I really am. It's the best drug ever.
Ever. Yes. Oh.
Everybody wants this drug. Yes. Because it's love. And love is the only thing that's going to heal.
That's true.
Well, we need healing. The world needs healing. The planet needs healing. Nature needs healing. It's all about the healing. And love.
And how was he like? It's like with a white garment and
yes,
long
he had a white. He had like a gauze garment and a rope for around his waist. He had sandals.
Wow.
Because I saw his feet.
Oh, so okay.
And very similar to the girl who paints him, the Akiana something. She's been painting him and scenes of heaven since she's been, I think, 8 or 10. She started doing that.
Yes.
But my daughter and I went to go see the movie Heaven is Real.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
When the painting of this Jesus happened, I burst into tears, burst. And my mom, are you okay? And I went,
Oh, wow.
so profound.
Until now,
And
you can
it's
still.
not easy carrying this information around with me, Annette. It's not easy. Because when you've had a profound experience, people expect you to be perfect. And I'm not fucking perfect at all. I'm a healer who cusses.
Nobody's perfect.
Well,
Our soul,
hello.
like Danny said, our souls are perfect, but in the human body,
And it's just a vessel.
yes.
And, people, when they'll come to me and we'll have a session and I'll do Reiki and I'll do reflexology and they'll go, oh my God, thank you so much, Mary. And I said, you know what? It wasn't me. It's just, I'm a vessel. I'm a very good vessel for God's energy, a very good one. But it's not me doing the work.
It's God.
It's God.
Exactly.
And I think religion gets all screwed up where you think the person is the one that's doing it.
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
that person is just a vessel for all the information to go through.
Exactly.
And that's it. It's been a long time since I've been able to really even put all of this in words, Annette, to even try and make sense of it is a daily struggle because it's always on my mind, always.
But you did great today, Mary. You did great. I could not ask for more. And this interview is very spontaneous and very, there's nothing like we are scared to hide. And these are.
I got nothing to hide.
You said what you felt and what you saw, and you said it in detail. So what were you thinking back on your NDE? What were you thinking at that moment when you said, I'm going back? Were you thinking of your family? Because of them, you need to go back, and your your children?
It feels bigger than that.
Really?
It feels bigger. It feels like it feels more about the totality of humanity. It feels that big to me. I don't know how that's going to pan out, but you asked me and I'm telling you how it felt, and it felt very big what I was coming back to. Well, I mean, having to rehab was big enough. I mean, learning how to walk and talk when you're 40 years old is nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing fun about that. but the reason why I came back, and I can only honestly say to you, it feels like I came back because of this pandemic. And somehow people are going to know about the love and about God. And you better start getting nice to other people. You've got to stop being mean. It's got to stop. Well, there's nothing to fear, actually. I was terrified of death all my life. I was so scared to die. And when it happened, it's so great. It's the greatest, the most extraordinary. I'm just looking forward to it. That's all. I'm good here, but I'm looking forward to it. I'll tell you, forgiveness. I forgave both my parents. And to stay that angry and that hurt, it didn't do them any harm. It only hurt me.
Yeah.
So to forgive them, I'm telling you, it is life-changing to be able to go, oh, they were damaged in their lives and their parents were damaged in their lives. And it's very generational.
That's true. That's true.
I didn't get a life review. I see my life flash before me. It was all about nature and Jesus. And when the pandemic hit, this particular part of my history, trauma, happened to me in the woods. And all of a sudden, I cut myself off from nature. I cut myself off from everything when I was, so I've done that all my life. And what the pandemic did was reconnected me. And it was, too much of anything isn't a good thing. Too much good isn't a good thing. Too much bad is not a good thing. You got to really find the middle.
Balance. Yeah. The balance.
It's all about figuring out how to do that. Because it's always going on. Yeah. Always. There's good and bad in every single thing that goes on in the world. It's always going. And that was a big lesson to me. When the pandemic came, I even expanded my belief bigger. The sky parted and I saw dimensions and I was like, oh my God. I mean, I didn't know that was going to come.
Wow.
So the message is, if you cultivate your garden with love, you got no worries.
Yeah, exactly.
Worries at all. But if you don't, I wouldn't want to mess with this God at all. No. So one way or another, we need to be accountable for our life. There's an important piece. I call it like I hear God in. I can have a conversation with God like I am right now and you and be just fine all about it at the same time. Aww. So there's something I have to do. And this is probably the most vulnerable I have ever been. But it's important for me to do this because there's a lot of people that are carrying around a lot of secrets.
Yeah.
So I don't want to be a part of that. Now, I'm not saying this is always going to be this way, but for purposes of this, I think it's important.
Oh. Oh.
So it's very important.
Did not change. Did not change. You're still beautiful in and out for me. That is, I always see everyone beautiful, Mary. You might not believe it, but I always see everyone. I even made a video because people always thinking that I am this beautiful. And I took the wig off and put off my makeup. And that is me. You know, so we have to accept the way we are. This is just a human, you know, we're just humans. And when we are, like I said, when we separate from the human body, we are beautiful souls, perfect. You are perfect. You are beautiful, okay? And I want, and this is so, it's so nice that you did this.
Well, it's important.
I appreciate it so much.
I appreciate it too.
So strong, Mary. I love you.
Oh,
I love you for being so true, and that people can see. And see you, and maybe many people like you, they will also not hide anymore. You know, it's just hair, Mary. It's just teeth.
It's just hair. It's just a tooth.
Doesn't matter, Mary. What's important is you have a very big heart, okay? I love you.
I love you too, Annette. I'm so grateful that this was my first interview. I don't know where it's going to go, but I'm going to trust it'll hit the right people.
Oh. And God,
Right?
God gave me the right people, as if He's just, everything seems to be very easy with this channel, and everything I wanted to do was very difficult, like fashion. I never had success with, and I was good at it. Huh? It's not that I wasn't good. I can bake so good cake, but I don't really have customers. But look at this. God redirect my life in a, you know, this path I'm on now. It's like He's giving me people like you, and thank you so much for that. Thank you to all my guests who trusted me, who are willing to share their experiences and be an inspiration to us all. And of course, thank God for this. Thank God for this. I love your spirit. I love your energy. Oh, Mary, you are really my hero. I'm sorry I have to say this, but you are really an inspiration.
I hope to be.
Really, to be honest, I wish everyone can see, you know, I mean, this is why you are here.
Can you just imagine for a minute, like if everybody could take their wig off or take their tooth out and we were just together, just the way it goes? But there's judgment. Judgment is everywhere. And that's the disease. We judge each other.
Yeah.
And it's so hurtful. I don't want to be a part of judgment ever again. Ever.
Mary, if I had something here to take up my thing, I would. It's downstairs and I just have tissues here. Otherwise, this is a very, oh my gosh, a very memorable day for me. A day that I could never, I will bring this to my grave. I'm sorry, but I'm going to bring this to my grave.
I would die for this God. I have had to say goodbye to people that I have adored in my life because of this work. And it is work. It's a lot of work.
A lot of work, yes. Wow. Thank you so much, Mary. What a wonderful, this interview was such a profound interview. I learned a lot. And you know, from everything, I gained a friend. You, Mary.
Absolutely.
That is the most important.
Absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much again, Mary, for your precious time. Thank you so much. Okay. And give my regards to everyone in your family.